Welcome to the Jill on Money Show. It's Wednesday, April 20th, and we are here trying to help you all make good financial decisions, the ones that you want to make that are consistent with what you want to do. It's all about you. And in order for us to help you out, just do this. Go to jillonmoney.com, click the Contact Us button. Let us know if you would be willing to come on the air, and we would be delighted to get you on. Today, we are talking to Anne, who is on the line from Western Mass. Hello, Anne. How are you?
Good morning. Nice to be with you.
What's going on? How can we help you out?
Well, I'm hoping to retire in about 8 years, and so we're starting to think pretty hard about our money and what we're doing with it. And then we came into a $60,000 inheritance. And so we're trying to figure out what's the best plan of action for that.
Okay. Anne, how old are you?
I'm 58.
And you said a we, so is there a partner in this?
Yeah, a husband. He's 60.
Okay. Are you both working?
Yes.
How much do you earn?
My gross pay is about $107,000 and his is about $59,000.
Okay. And are either of you entitled to pensions?
I will get a pension.
Aha, like that.
It's estimate about $50,000 based on the year that I would like to start being in retirement.
Okay, great. And what about him? Any pension for him?
No.
Now, what about retirement accounts? How much do you have in retirement accounts?
He has, 403B through his employer, Roth IRA, and total is about $580,000.
And what about you for retirement plans?
I have through work, we have whatever it is, 457. Some of it is in pre-tax, and that would be about $110,000, and some of it is in Roth, that's about $32,000. I have a traditional IRA of about 14 and a target retirement fund Roth about 22,000.
This is all good news. Fantastic. Okay. And when you talk about 8 years for both of you, right?
No, I would retire when I'm 65, but he thinks he's going to work till he's 70.
Oh, I like him. Children, grown, launch. Where are you with that?
We have 3 grown independent children.
Oh my God. Your life is a success. How about that?
Thank you.
You've got the $60,000 in inheritance, which is right. Is that sitting in cash right now?
Yes.
And what about other investments that are non-retirement?
We have a growth and income fund is about $9,000, kind of a slush fund. Other cash we have is about $90,000. We have $10,000 I bond. We're going to get a second I bond, $10,000, and then sold our home a couple years ago and put the proceeds into a bond ladder so that we could max out our retirement contributions through work, which we weren't able to before. And that bond fund money basically just resupplies what we need to live on until I believe it's 2028 is the last one is due.
Wow, this is great. You've been very thoughtful. Who needs me? You're on it. You're great. You're fantastic.
Well, I appreciate a different perspective, and also with this new money, trying to think about, do we buy more I bonds? Do we think about continuing to cover living expenses so we can max out our retirement funds at work for a couple more years, or do we need to keep it in some kind of cash?
Where are you living right now? You said you sold your home. Did you downsize? Are you renting? Or do you own something else?
We're renting an apartment. So yes, we downsized and we're renting. Probably not going to buy again.
Okay, great. How much is in the bond ladder right now?
It's $120,000.
Okay. Fully intend to actually spend that down, right?
Right.
And so what do you figure your actual expenses are right now?
We think it's around $8,500 a month.
Okay. That's great. And then will you be entitled to health insurance when you retire? Because it sounds like you're a municipal worker.
Yeah. So when I retire, at 65, I go on Medicare and they pay 75% of it.
Wow. That's kind of great. When you look at, let's just push forward for a second. So you're 65 and a half, you get this 50 grand in your pension, right? And then at that point, that's 8 years, he's still working. So really your pension, his income is fine. You can actually, he can stop putting money into retirement at that point, right? And then you could essentially just kind of live on that. That's, you've got the income you need. So that's good. And then obviously when Social Security kicks in, it gets even better. I can't see a downside. Are you now, have you shifted your contributions for retirement into Roth away from traditional at this point?
Yes.
Okay, good.
So
Perfect.
that was another question I had was, should we take some of the 60 to
Yeah.
convert some of the other? And I
I
should
would.
say about Social Security, I will not get Social Security.
Yeah, but he will.
Yeah, about $2,500, I think he estimates a month.
Well, that's kind of amazing because his Social Security, your pension, is going to float you. I mean, you don't really spend that much money. It's not totally, but it's pretty good. I'm not so focused on you guys putting more money into retirement. If anything, just because of your age, he's already 60. So, in some respects, when you retire, there could be a period of time where he's still working, you're retired, and you could start to pull some money out of these retirement accounts, presuming you can stay in a tax bracket that seems reasonable to you. You could just do it that way without actually converting. I like you having the money on hand, and not using it to pay for the conversion. And I think you've got plenty of retirement assets right now, and you've got good income, and he's going to keep working. So to me, I think you're in good shape, even if your expenses do float up a little bit in the next, 8 years, but you're putting away money, you're living your life. This is all good news. And, we're not going to have 8.5% inflation forever. So, don't worry about that. But, it's interesting. You guys are probably kind of firmly going to be stuck for now, at least until anything changes, to the 22% tax bracket. That's just kind of where you are. So, I don't think that's going to change for you dramatically in the future. So if you can pull some money out of his retirement account and still stay in the 22%, fine. And pay the tax due as you go along. But I would keep the inheritance money as just a way to build up your total non-retirement assets.
Would you buy more I bonds, or what would you put that 60,000
yeah,
in?
right. I mean, the I bonds, I know you have to keep it for 5 years, or really one, but the I bond number is, I think I just got it here. This looks to me, Mark, did you see what the I bond number looks like? It's going to be 9% for the next.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, so if that's the case, I have got to tell you that it is, amazing to just lock that in. So I would do the I bonds. I would take, whatever. You guys have done 10 this year each.
I've done 10 and we're about to do another one, but we could wait till May.
Just wait till they announce the actual rate. I would do the next round, which is great for you guys. And then I would just look at the stock. What stock fund do you have? You said 11,000 in a stock fund. What is it?
It's an American Funds, Investment Company of America. I think.
How do you have that? Did someone sell that to you?
Way back when we first got married, we had some cash that somebody gave us and we put it into that.
Okay.
And it's just kind of supplied like when we had to redo the roof or a car or something like that.
All right. Well, so where are you going to hold? Where are your Roth IRA assets right now? Where is that?
Everything else is in Vanguard.
Yeah, just open up a Vanguard, like everything at Vanguard. So you do your bonds, and then whatever's left, let's put it into the Vanguard account. And any extra money, like if you're like, you know what, as it turns out, I'm going to work an extra year or whatever it is, then you can keep building that up. I wouldn't be so compelled to throw as much money as possible into these retirement accounts. I like having for you, especially like if it's not 8 years, if all of a sudden you're like, I want to do it a little bit sooner, or our grown kids are now having grandkids and we want to do more with them, whatever. I like to have some access to money that's not retirement money. And I think you'll be fine.
And what kind of fund would you put that in for the brokerage?
I would probably just say I will put, whatever I decide. Let's say that you've got this money in the bond ladder. So I feel kind of comfortable with that. I would say that I would take half the money and go into a Vanguard extended market index and the other half in a very boring, maybe intermediate term bond fund, and maybe just dribble it in. I like the bonds. I mean, you guys have a really nice like bond ladder. And then I like that you're going to have the I bonds. And then you could even be, you're not going to need this money, but if you did need it, you'd want it to be kind of boring, right? So not too much risk. 50% US stock market, extended market, then 10% international, and the rest in an intermediate term bond.
Do you think we should do something with that American fund stock fund?
Nah, because you already paid a fee on it, and it's actually a good fund.
Okay.
It really is. Do you guys have estate planning docs?
We do have a will, yes.
Durable power of attorney?
I'd have to double check.
Check that you have a power of attorney and also a healthcare proxy. Thank you so much for joining us. We wish you the very, very best of luck.
Fun to talk to you. Thanks so much.
Take care. All right. If you, like Anne, are planning retirement, now's the time to really get your ducks in a row, right? Or maybe you're planning something else. Maybe it's a big change in your life. Maybe you're comparing different employment options. Whatever's going on, let us know if we can help you out. Just go to JillOnMoney.com, click the Contact Us button. While you're on the website, we've got a lot of other stuff going on. We've got a blog, we've got a radio show, we've got another podcast called Eye on Money, all sorts of stuff. Just check it out. Bookmark the website. That way you always know where to go back. Isn't that nice? Very good. All right. Thank you so much for listening. Please put your hands metaphorically on someone's back. Grit, growth, grace. Thank you for listening, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.